What's going on, everybody? It's DocPicks by Tim. Today I'm CryptoPicks by Tim, and I'm going to get into a couple cryptos today. We're also going to go over to Raul Pal's Twitter and look over what I'm calling a secret formula. And also, we're going to look over one of my favorite cryptos here at the end. Now, first off, you'll see the global crypto market cap is sitting at 1.7 trillion. It has definitely been dropping quite a ways from its high. And we're going to just scroll through a couple of these quick, and then we're going to look at Bitcoin's chart, and I'll just give you my thoughts there, and then we're going to get into Raul Paul's tweet. Now, first off, we've got Terra up 12% on the 7-day. Everything else relatively flat. Polkadot was performing pretty well, but it's been kind of coming down over the last couple days. I see value in Polkadot right now. You'll see that Solana and Cardano are just neck and neck. I mean, you've got Solana only, what is that, $1 billion market cap away just about. So that's kind of crazy. You know, we might see these flip very soon. We've got the meme coins coming down quite a ways from where they were normally at. I mean, it's crazy. Imagine a year from now where everything will be. You know, it's hard to predict. We've got Fantom pulling back quite a bit, down 17% on the week. I've been adding into Fantom. I've been actually adding a little bit lately into Terra Luna. Also been adding to Polygon, Crypto.com, VGX. So this is actually a thread of tweets, but I'm just going to start right here. I mean, I'll leave you the link if you want to see his Twitter and go through this. But basically, the moral of the story here is that the value of a digital asset network is driven by daily transaction volumes times the number of active users. And he goes on to say here, if you apply this formula to digital asset networks, you get a really good fit. Here's Bitcoin. I mean, look at that. Look at that correlation. There's definitely a correlation there. Here's Ethereum, another great correlation. I mean, look at how this lines up. It's almost too good to be true. Polkadot. Here's XRP. So there's definitely a correlation to see here. And he goes on to say that he has a hypothesis that this can also work with NFTs. Now, how does this help us moving forwards? Well, he does say that this allows us to know if a network is getting true adoption and how it will affect price or market cap. And he goes on to say, I'm guessing that we will then build models around rates of change in the network to give signals. So he's still working on implementing this to look forwards, to look into the future and kind of see what the chart is telling us moving forwards. So in other words, he says, what is interesting is that price is not an input into this model. So this has nothing to do with price, but it lined up so perfectly to the price. And he goes on to say that what it says, what this, this formula says, is that the value of a network is how much value gets transferred and how many people are active participants transferring that value. So that's basically the formula here. And I hope that he will follow through with this and give us some implementations or potential ways we can use this moving forwards and looking into the future. You know, I mean, I guess if you see the trend going upwards, you see the trend of more adoption going towards a certain crypto, you could follow that momentum, I suppose. But in reality, you know, things could always change very quickly. That's why there's volatility in the market. You know, it's a constant balance between fear, greed, euphoria, panic. All right, so I'm going to glance over Bitcoin, and then we're going to get into a crypto that I've been buying lately. And I'm sure some of you know what it already is. But let's get into this. So first off, Bitcoin has just been trading extremely sideways. We have these little pops. And here's another one. I mean, that is kind of, to me, a negative look. You see a nice pop and then a smaller one. This, to me, is a bit bearish. So keep an eye on this. You could even draw a trend line. And see when we come out of this. See when we come out of this trend if we have a nice little pop or if we just, you know, follow it downwards. I do expect Bitcoin to break out to either direction very soon. I'd say it's very likely that it can go to the downside. We are still a ways from our halving event. And it's definitely possible that over the next year, we test some lower levels. You know, it doesn't have to happen, but I do expect to see this in the mid-30s, at least testing one more time, if not a few more times. But you will notice that anytime we come down towards this 37, we just quickly pop up. And this time wasn't even as close, so that's good to see higher lows, but it's also not good to see lower highs. So we are just kind of consolidating, getting more and more tight pattern. So also you can think about this. Look up VCP. This is volatility contraction pattern. And this is a pattern that's used by some of the top traders, swing traders, using momentum. And once you have a break to either direction, if you have a lot of volume kick in, that's a pretty good sign that that's the direction it's going to take. That doesn't work 100% of the time, but it's something to watch. And we have definitely been having the volatility of Bitcoin, most cryptos, contracting, a little bit of more tight action. And that to me signifies that the sellers and buyers are being met equally, and at some point this is going to break out and either the sellers or the buyers are going to take over. Now, as for some short-term supports and resistances, if we do break out either direction, we need to break out a 40. Okay, every time we break 40, it's a very short-lived little rally, and then we just die down, come under 40, and it's the same process again. So what we need to do is we need to break 40, and we need to start forming a support here. It runs up too quick to only be taken down too quick, but we need to stair step so we can establish some supports. This runs up so fast and takes literally everything out each time it's done this. Okay, we need to develop supports here, you know, so we can come back a bit and rest at a decent level and not just come back all the way down, spike up and spike down. We need to establish those supports. Now, as for the downside, if we break 37, very likely to come down much farther. We did break 37 here, and we came down as low as a little under 35,000. So think about that. If we do break 37, you're likely to see some even lower levels. So you can potentially put some buy-in orders around 35, 36 if we do break 37. And it's possible that they could hit. But that's basically it for Bitcoin real quick. And let's get into VGX. All right, now looking at VGX, it's actually, to me, starting to look a bit bullish. We've got higher lows and we've got higher highs. Bam, bam, bam. We have a nice upward trend. So we can even tighten this up. And if we ever break this, you'll know which way we're going in the short term. If we can break either direction of this. So we did have a nice little pop here. We almost made it to about $1.75, $1.75. And then we broke down, come back to $1.60. I absolutely love buying VGX while it's under $2. I think it's a great time to get in and just continue to buy the weakness. You know, overall crypto's just down. And for me, I'm picking and choosing select projects that to me offer the greatest upside, and VGX is by far one of those. Alright, now I'll just go over this really quickly before I end the video, guys, but Voyager has been just knocking it out of the park every single earnings. We've got more and more revenue growth, we've got the USDC based MasterCard, debit card, and we've also got NFTs coming to the platform as well as stocks on the horizon. And this is definitely going to increase Voyager's users, it's going to increase Voyager's bottom line. Their 164 million in revenue that they reported is up over 4,400% compared to the quarter in December 2020. Revenue for the full year is close to 500 million compared to only 6 million in the year ended 2020. And the users on the platform, like I said, are continuing to increase. And we've got total verified users on the platform standing at more than 3.2 million, up 50% just about from 2.15 million at the quarter ending 2021 September. So we've got continued verified users, continued growth in their user base. We've got a lot of offerings coming for Voyager in terms of products, in terms of stocks, NFTs, special wallet, all that kind of stuff. Don't sleep on Voyager. I've got a link below for you as well. If you want some free crypto, check out BlockFi, Voyager, Webull, Coinbase, Crypto.com. I mean, the list goes on. And also a discount if you still have to do your taxes with TurboTax. You get a 20% off. Just check out the links below. Don't sleep on Voyager. But that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I put out daily videos. Likely a bio-nano-genomics video coming out later today. They just held a conference, so I'll likely be covering that. But until next time, guys, take it easy.